Hi, everybody. We are MARKANNA Wellness. Thank you for joining us for our Oracle meditation today. Once again, we have a new deck we're using. This one is the Four Agreements deck based on the book. And we were at a tarot mixer event recently hosted by Amber with Amber's Enchanted Energy here in OKC. And one of the other people who was there um, had this deck. And so we got to look through it and use it, and we were like, we're buying that one. So we bought it, and it came, I think, last week, but we haven't used it yet till today. So if you're not familiar with that book, it's by Don Miguel Ruiz, and I actually haven't read the book. I know a lot about it, but I've never read it. I know you have.
I've read the book. It's really good. So I'm really excited too to use this deck because there's going to be a lot of good just insight and things we can take with us today or anytime we use this deck. So that's really cool. So we've saged the cards, we've cleansed our space. We've been rubbing our eyes a little. We just woke up, but we're ready for this. We're ready for the day, ready to see what pops up. So these are a little stickier together. Sometimes decks are just a little stuck together. These cards are really slick.
Yeah. Something else I noticed is that he used 5 different illustrators to help make this deck, which is pretty unusual. Usually it's just one. Um, so I thought that was kind of cool.
That is neat.
Yeah. So there's gonna be a lot of different styles within each card. But I will, if you don't know, on the back, it says what the 4 agreements are, which one is be impeccable with your word. 2, don't take anything personally. 3, don't make assumptions. And 4, always do your best. So whether you're familiar with the book or not, you may have heard some of those before. So that's what the deck is based on.
All right, so let's see what I got here. Beware of unconscious assumptions.
Be aware. So this is
Oh
from
yeah,
the
be aware.
this is
I
from
said
the
beware.
this one's from the don't make assumptions agreement. So be aware of unconscious assumptions. On the back, it says assumptions are made so fast and unconsciously most of the time because we have agreements to communicate this way. We've agreed that it's not safe to ask questions. We've agreed that if people love us, they should know what we want or how we feel. So I think it's just remembering like sometimes we're making those unconscious assumptions that we don't even realize are happening in our brain. And that can just kind of put us in a place where it's not always true.
Right. We've got to use our words. We've got to ask questions. We've got to tell people what we want or what we see, you know?
I'm not quite sure like what this image is supposed to be.
I'm not either. It's almost like just a dance.
And this one doesn't have a little book with it, so it's just the card, but
Well, and that's okay.
yeah.
There's plenty to go off of from that. So, our unconscious mind, all those things, those assumptions we make, we can do our meditation on that today. It's going to be really nice. So, just finding a comfortable seat. If you want to rest your hands, rest your arms, we just want to sit easy, kind of let that weight off our shoulders a little bit. Just inviting in this new day. And maybe right away we can just notice that we're not going to assume just how this day is going to go. I mean, we can have some idea. We put some things into place. We got the ball rolling, but we just don't want to assume exactly how it's going to go. So, right here, just noticing our assumptions for today, what we want to see and bring in to our life today. And as that starts to unfold, our imagination starts to take off. We can picture these things, the things we plan to do, and just those things that might happen that we don't expect. So just going with that flow, noticing what we can imagine, what we can assume for today. And then can we figure a way to express that energy, to get it out of us? So maybe that's through calling a friend, or maybe your partner you need to say some things to. Maybe it's a family member you need to communicate with. So whatever it is today we could do to just clear the air a little bit by sharing what we feel, what we see, sharing what we assume. So today maybe we can find that person, someone we can bounce this off of. Or even when we encounter things today that make us assume, make us wonder, make us not know exactly what's going on. Can we use our voice today to express and not assume? So we may have to ask some questions that feel uncomfortable to us today just to get those answers. But just think about how much time and energy that's going to save if we could ask the questions and not just linger in assuming or just wondering. How much time we can save here by asking the questions, just being clear. And if we just do that for ourselves today, how special, how awesome today can be. Letting our unconscious assumptions just fizzle out on their own by expressing how we feel. Let's take 3 more mindful breaths here, just breathing in, noticing, is there any questions today already popping up? On our exhales, releasing the weight, releasing any negative energy, any self-talk here that is just bringing us down. A couple more breaths like that, breathing in our intention today. And exhaling, being open, being alive. One more big breath in like that, filling up. What do we need to do today to clear the air? And then on our exhales, just being grateful, being excited to be alive. And softly opening our eyes, just coming back. This book was really special to me when I read it the first time. It's just different things that we've got to do and remind ourselves every day. I mean, we're going to encounter all these different things that show ourself. How are we going to show ourself when we're asked to show up?
Mm-hmm. And I think when you don't have that kind of sense of self-awareness to even notice what your assumptions are, like these are those kind of questions that can help us notice those things.
I think it is funny I said beware
I
of
mean,
unconscious assumptions when
yeah,
it said be aware, but
yeah,
both, because we want to
it's
be
kind of the
aware
same
of,
thing.
yeah, we want to be aware.
Yeah.
What when I think of, beware, it is like letting those things linger and eat at us, of not getting the answer, but just assuming 100 different things. We all do this. We all just go down the rabbit holes without trying to clear the air and just get our mind on something more important.
Yeah, because beware to me almost seems like avoiding,
Mhm.
while be aware is like that conscious choice. So awesome. Well, happy to have you guys here with us today, and we will see you soon for our Cancer Season Tarot video or our next meditation. So have a great week, everybody, and happy July.
Thank you. Happy July 4th.
See you soon.